Creativity thrives at the intersection of technology and art, and Cam Green is a name that embodies that fusion. As a senior at North Carolina A&T State University, majoring in computer graphics technology, Cam has carved out a unique space in the world of UX design, branding, photography, and digital storytelling. Through CXM, Creative X Mind, Cam transformed bold ideas into visually striking and purposeful creations, using their platform to empower underrepresented voices in design. From selling art at Common Grounds in Greensboro to creating compelling brand identities and digital experiences, Cam's journey reflects an unyielding passion for innovation. With an eye for modern minimalism and a deep connection to identity-driven storytelling, their work pushes the boundaries of what technology and design can achieve together. All right, Cam. So, what led you to explore both UX design and photography in your creative journey?
So I got accepted to A&T, and I went in as IT because I always was like into tech. So then I immediately got there and was like, no, I don't think I really want to code, but I still want to be, you know, into
Yeah.
tech. But I'm more of an artist. So I explored design and I did like a Google certification. And from there, I've just always been a designer UX. So, and then
Mm.
photography was more recent. I just realized everywhere I went, I had my camera, and people were like, "Do you do photography? Do you do photography?" And I would always say, "No, I'm just a beginner. I'm just doing it for fun." But I was like, "I'm missing
Right.
out on money," so
Yeah.
I just was like, "Maybe I'll take it serious." So
Yeah. And
yeah,
shoot, these photographers are really needed these days. So that's
yeah,
definitely good, especially the quality of the pictures and everything.
yeah.
So, how did your experience at Common Grounds shape your confidence as an artist?
That was my first show. And it was like they were helping out A&T students and just Greensboro creatives. So getting accepted to that, and then I priced mine at like $50 originally because it was a poster. And I was like,
Yeah.
people aren't going to pay that much. And the guy over at David was like, you got to be more confident in your work, like
Right.
upcharge. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went up to 70 at first. And I was
Okay.
like, I don't think that's going to sell, but I got like five, six sales. So I was like, okay, I can actually make money off this and actually
Right.
charge. So yeah,
Yeah. And sometimes that's the thing. A lot of times we don't realize the value in what we're doing because we just think, oh, nobody's gonna
yeah,
want that. And then you realize, like, okay, someone does like what I do. I am inspiring to someone.
exactly.
And speaking of inspiring, what inspired you to launch CXM and how did the name evolve into your creative identity?
So it was always just it just started as a user, like a username. So for
Okay.
Instagram or anything, it was CXM3.art. And I was like always referring to myself as that too. And I always
Oh,
just replaced the A with the X because my name's Cam. So it just became like an alter ego for me.
oh,
So every time I was like, that could be my business name when I actually started taking design serious. So then I just, what does this mean when I tell people? So I came up with Creative X Mind because I have a creative mind. And yeah, from there, it just stuck with CXM.
I like that. Y'all see what they did there? The C, they took out the
Yeah,
A and put it with, and it's almost like not to say that it's Z, but it's almost like a to going to the end. So that
yeah.
is brilliant. I love that.
Thank you.
How would you describe your creative style in branding, web design, and photography?
Minimalist for sure, for design. But then I also like brutalism. So it's kind of like an edge. I don't know how to like describe brutalism. It's like basically, yeah, like a street edge slash
Okay.
minimalism. But then with photography, I like black and white or just, I guess, street photography because I'm into cars. So yeah.
Okay. So most of your things are black and white?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What, all right. So what role does empowerment and individuality play in your work?
I think as a queer and woman, black woman, it's always just, I guess, empowerment in everything I do. So I feel like I'm a good, I don't know, role model or like, I don't know, for others who are in this situation because I'm a minority in like three different ways. So
Okay. So you're saying role model. What makes you say role model?
because I also have a little experience with mentorship. So like seeing other people like me, younger, it's like I feel like I've reached that point where I can help them out in some ways. I'm still
Okay.
growing, but
Yeah.
it just feels like in everything I do, I have people still coming to me like, your work's great, or like, how did you do certain things? I'm like, okay, I can actually teach now instead of just, learning.
Okay. So you're saying you're mentoring because you're teaching someone
Yeah.
what to do. Okay. All right. That's nice. How do you balance bold minimalism with unexpected details in your design?
Um, I have a trademark. I don't think too many people notice. Where it's like the small text that most like designers use as placeholder text or just for the design. It actually says something very deep that's either leading to my next design or it's just like something very poetic because I'm also into poetry. So if you look at the small text in all my designs, it always has. So I think I pay attention to small details in almost every design. But if you're just looking, you'll just see, oh, this is a cool design. So
Okay, but tell me a little bit about that, what you're saying, the small text, because, I want to make sure that the people that are not artists know exactly what you're talking about.
okay. I wish I had like a piece to show, but like if I have a design, you know how
Yes.
there's like big I focus on typography, so like the text that you see, it could
Okay.
say just designer on it. Um it'll be a small like little detail, like a red dot or like just on the side it may look like a line, but really it's text that says something if you read it.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we got it. All right. I love that. I love right clarification for anyone. No, but that is really nice. I love that. So can you walk us through your design process from concept to execution?
Honestly, it comes in my dreams most of the time. So I'll be sleeping, and then, especially with my girlfriend, I'll just wake up and I'll be like, "Listen to this idea," and then I'll be
Yeah.
half asleep during it. And my notes app is basically my best friend, Google Notes. I'll just
Okay.
write it down real quick and then go back to sleep. And then when I go to actually design the next day, I just take that, and it's probably not originally what it was in my dream, but I just
Yeah.
take on that idea and just start designing from there. And the design goes through so many changes when you're
Okay.
in the application. So it may start some way and then go a total different route. But yeah.
Okay. I love that. And you know what? That's a good lesson for people that can't sleep because they're thinking. And,
Yes.
have a notepad or use your Google Notes
Yeah.
and write something down, and you can fall right back asleep, right?
Yeah.
Because now it's not constantly playing in your head. Oh, I have to remember. I have to remember.
Yes.
So that is a good tip for anyone that needs that. Okay, so what are your go-to tools, which we know Google is one
Yeah.
of them. And what is your go-to tools and technologies for creating your designs?
So yeah, I guess Google Keep for the ideas, but also Illustrator is my main designer when I'm doing posters. But if it's more UX, Figma, that's basically it.
Okay. All right. Those are good. Where do you find inspiration? Music, films, books, or everyday life?
Everyday life, but I would say the biggest one is just being in grocery stores. And
Oh,
yeah, just being in grocery stores, it's typically like wine bottles or like any package design. I'll be like, this is a
okay.
cool design. Anytime I'm out with family, they'll say that I'm always like, yo, look at this design. So
Okay. And I guess that you're easy to shop with because we
yeah,
know where to take you when
yeah,
we get to grocery store.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. What obstacle have you faced as Black queer designer in the creative space?
Honestly, I feel like straight. like straight up discrimination, I haven't
Mm,
faced too much, like someone just straight with the terms. No, it's just been
okay.
more, you don't get as many opportunities as the others around. Like I guess you have to fight more for it. Like now I'm not that shy girl that I once was, so I'll just always
Okay.
like have my name out there. Texting through Instagram is a big way to get my name out there, just stuff like that. But I feel like you
Okay.
just have to fight more for it more. So,
Okay. All right. How do you handle creative blocks and keep your work fresh?
just I guess always being around like grocery stores because you always
That's
see,
that's
yeah,
what I was thinking. I was thinking, wait, it's probably grocery store is probably gonna be the
yeah,
place.
like everywhere in the world is design. So I feel like even if it's not coming in my dreams at this time, just going outside, you'll always see some sort of design and be like, oh, that's like an idea. So,
Yeah, okay. Do you prefer to work solo or do you see yourself collaborating more in the future?
um, I like solo. I'm a very independent person, but at this moment, I do want to build CXM. So in the future, I want people who have my same work ethic though.
Okay.
So I don't want to deal with that because I'm a very like I'm gonna get it myself type of person. So I do want to expand to other creative people, but I'm cool alone too.
Okay, so when you're talking about your work ethic, what specifically will turn you off from someone?
See if honestly, if I am working, if I don't see that you're putting in that same amount of work
Oh,
or at least trying,
yeah.
then no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Just letting people know out there because
Yeah.
after this interview, people gonna be reaching out to you and it's like, just so you know, don't come to me if you're not gonna put in that work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are your long-term goals for CXM as a creative studio?
Expanding like more clients is my main focus right now,
Yeah.
but long term I just want this to be a brand that everyone knows basically. So one of those
Okay.
big brands, they see the red dot or just my color CXM, and like I have my own style or trademark. So
Okay. Okay. Can you share any details about your design series collaborations with Ravi?
yeah,
Oh,
he was my first collab. Uh, he's very cool. We still text on Instagram. He was actually one of the people that had a different style than me, but
yeah.
still very good. So he's I like a good example of someone I would work with.
Okay.
We created a flyer together, so we had that was our goal for our collab, just do flyers. So that's what we posted on Instagram.
Okay. Nice. So where do you see your personal brand and CXM in the next 5 years?
Years. So I'll be 26. I'll be graduated. And honestly, CXM is growing at a pretty steady rate and pretty
All
fast right now.
right.
So I think in
Yes.
5 years, 5 years, honestly, I think CXM will be where I want it to be. Like people will know my name. Like I'll have multiple clients by then, and definitely won't be just me at that
Right.
point. So
Right. Okay. So we got to stay tuned.
yeah,
All right. So, what is the best advice you would give to aspiring UX designers and creatives?
just keep practicing in your free time because that's how I kept growing and I'm still growing.
Yeah.
My first designs, looking back on them, like, why would I do that? So, like, in that time, you'll be super excited about it, which is great. But then
Yeah.
you'll look back years later and be like, wow, I've actually improved. So, just always recreating or just any idea that you have, just do that in your free time.
Yeah. And I think that that's kind of with a lot of things because
Mhm.
I'll look back on pictures that I thought I was fly, like I'm dressed up, and
Yes,
I look back, why did I wear that? And
exactly.
I say to my friends, why'd y'all let me
Exactly.
outside looking like that?
Exactly. Yes.
So yeah, I think we could all relate in that aspect, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is very important.
Okay.
If you could be remembered for one thing in your career, what would it be?
Dang, that girl has cool designs.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
Okay. All right. Well, we are wrapped up. That was so good. Okay. I want you to look straight into your camera and please share where people can find you, your social media handles, and your website.
Okay, so everything is cxm3.art. So my website is cxm3.art, Instagram cxm3.art, even Threads cxm3.art.
Okay. So consistency is key. Try to get labels on your social media handles. Try to get your website, everything labeled the same so you're easy to be found, right?
Yes.
Because I'm telling you what, sometimes they're like, oh no, I'm A on
Yeah.
here, but you're not going to find me on there because I'm
Right.
C on there. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what? Yeah, I
Yep.
can't keep up. But that's good. Consistency.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here and
Thank
sharing
you.
information with us. People learned some things, I'm sure. So this was very good.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You are welcome. I look forward to seeing your stuff out there.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Pam Green is redefining what it means to be a multifaceted, creative, bridging the gap between technology, art, and identity. Through CXM, they are building a legacy that not only challenges conventional design, but also amplifies voices that often go unheard. With an eye on the future, Pam's work continues to inspire, innovate, and connect people through bold impact storytelling. As they prepare to expand CXM into a household name in the creative industry, one thing is certain: Cam Green is just getting started. To explore their work or collaborate and follow their journey as they shape the next generation of design and digital storytelling, follow them on social media.